I want to apologize for the real life noises in my recordings. I usually grab my phone while I'm still in bed to record my thoughts, so you'll hear yawns and swallowing from a dry mouth and breathing through a dry nose. So my recordings are not intended to be a professional production. I'm just passing along the things that come from spirit. So please forgive me. Good morning. Here's some morning thoughts, morning musings upon waking up. Doing some deep pondering. Well, this is going to be complex as I scale back through the human existence. The other day, I posted a meme or a graphic about the 4 stages of ego awareness, or going from unaware ego to fully conscious, integrated soul. And the thought that just came to me, and this might rattle some cages, but when we say we have a relationship with God or with Jesus, the truth is that it is our ego that enters into a relationship with God. When even as a little child, a small child's ego does not become established apparently until age 7. So a child functions from pure soul in its first 6 years of being. But even a little child, if it, let's say, accepts Jesus, at 4 and 5 and 6, that usually happens only because the parents have instilled the idea that there is a Jesus and you have to ask Jesus into your heart. This also is an ego action, even though the ego is not fully established. What I realized is a little child in the first 6 years is not at all aware of separation from God. A child learns that from the adult that is fully, it has been fully that has fully accepted one's separation from the divine. But a child, the innocent child, is not aware of any separation from God. It's in its pure wonderment, in its pure being, is functioning from a unified existence with God. It's only when parents and adults start teaching the child about Jesus, about God, is when this separation awareness grows. The child just is. The child is functioning from divine wonderment. It just is. It's one with God. As soon as we insinuate and create the idea that there is a Jesus and you have to ask him into your life, that's the threshold when we become separated from God. If you have to ask God to come into your life, you're giving that separation power. And ego becomes aware. That is when ego first becomes aware of separateness. And so once that ego awareness of separateness from God is established, our whole life is being lived from a divided, separated state. And so any action that we take from this separation awareness or unawareness is an ego action. So anything that we do then later by doing the sinner's prayer, by asking God into our heart, this is all action from the from an ego that lacks oneness awareness. It's functioning from an unconscious state. So your relationship with God is actually your ego having a relationship with God. And that will play out in various ways. Your soul, at your soul level, you don't have to think through this process. Soul is in full awareness of oneness with God. Soul would never ask or invite God into your heart, because soul knows. Soul is I am. So when we are integrated back into our soul, we're integrated back into our unified state. And there is no relationship with anything outside of you. That's an awareness that is experienced that can't really be explained. But, yeah, they are different states of awarenesses. But the soul simply knows. The soul does not have to reach and ask for a relationship with anything. The sheer nature and definition of a relationship is that there's you and then there is another that you relate to. The another makes it a separate thing from you. So God is not really another. If you insist, as long as you insist on a relationship with God, as long as we insist on a relationship with God, we are in separation consciousness.